good morning, and welcome to this week's Monday Motivation. My name is Tony Ruiz. I'm the founder and host of the Productive Agent podcast and Facebook group. The purpose of these Monday Motivations is to give you a quick message to get you thinking and be inspired to kick off the start of your week. Motivation is an awesome tool that we can use to kind of kick us in the ass and get our day started and our week started, but it does not replace having the discipline to carry out and do the daily activities that we need to do. So use this motivation to get you started, but rely on your discipline to keep you going. Do the work even when you don't want to. Today's message is entitled, Be, Do, Have. A little bit of backstory before we get into the message. I heard this for the first time really couple of weeks ago at a training that my friend JJ Garena hosted, and I heard it and I was like, I like it. And then all of a sudden I started seeing the same type of message pop up everywhere in my life. And it started popping up even in church. I remember like some things that I heard in the message at church. They were like, do good work, serve and be good to others, and God will reward you. All right. And then this morning, as I was getting ready and listening to another podcast, Andy Frisella's podcast, he talked about the role of luck and success on one of his question and answers. And he does believe in luck, but obviously you shouldn't rely on that. You know, he talks about how that God will not reward you for sitting on your ass, right? You need to get up, do the work, put in the work, and that's how you will be rewarded. So let's get into the message a little bit more here. Be, do, have. What does that mean? So I want you to think about this. First of all, who do you want to be? That's the question that I'm proposing to you. You need to think about that. What type of agent do you want to be? What type of person do you want to be? Who is it that you want to be? All right. And then once you figure out who you want to be, you need to figure out what those types of people do, right? What are the actions? What are the things that they do on a daily basis or a weekly basis that make them who they are, right? And then go do those things, copy and paste, right? And when you do those activities and you have a clear vision of who you want to be, you will have the things that you want, all right? The things that you desire, the person that you want to be, you will be that. So figure out who you want to be, do those things, and you will have. So I want to go a little bit deeper into each one. This will be a little bit personal on mine, of my list, but create your own list. I challenge you to do that and figure out who do you want to be. So things that I want to be. I want to be an icon agent. I want to be the CEO of my business. I heard that several years ago, and it's like, okay, you are self-employed. You might have an assistant here and there, but you are ultimately the CEO of Ruiz Real Estate. All right. And what does a CEO do? A CEO reads a lot. They train, they educate themselves, they hold themselves to a higher standard. I attended a real estate conference about a year ago, and I was just blown away by the type of person that was there. Completely different than anything I've experienced. And it was these self-motivated, hungry, energetic types of people. And I go, I want to be that type of person. All right. So what does the CEO of my business do? We'll get to that in a second. Another thing that I'd like to be is I want to be a loving husband. And there's so many areas in our life that pretty much every area could probably use some type of improvement. All right. Things might be good in your marriage. Things might not be good in your marriage. But you can probably be better in some aspect of that. So I want to be a better husband to my wife. Another thing I want to be is a loving father. All right. I have a 14-year-old daughter, and that means a lot to me. And I want to make sure that she knows that she is loved and supported in all aspects of her life. And I also want to guide her and teach her what I've experienced and how I feel that she can better her life going forward. So I also want to be a caring friend. I haven't been the best of friends to some people in the past. I tend to, out of sight, out of mind. Social media definitely helps stay in contact with those people, but hopefully we're taking it beyond just the social media content and staying connected through there. Hopefully we're having actual in-person interactions and growing those relationships. I also want to be a spiritual leader. I've grown in my faith over the past couple years. I've attended church more, but that's something that I desire. So the question is, who do you want to be? Well, let's talk about each one of those real quick. To be an icon agent, what does an icon agent do? Well, they probably have lots of phone calls throughout the day. They probably send lots of text messages. They have lots of conversations one way or the other. They're active in their community. They have a presence in social media, all right? And they talk to a lot of people and grow their network and sphere, all right? They're not a secret agent. They're out there and people know that they're an agent. What does a great husband do? They plan date nights. They are thoughtful and what's coming up and what they can do to spend quality time with their significant other. They're present when the time is right, and obviously outside of work or even during the day, taking time to be present in the presence of your significant other. They're a leader as well. They lead by example and do all those great things. What does a father do? Father is loving. A father is communicates. All right. A father is a teacher, a listener, and gets creative in how to spend quality time with their child. What does a good friend do? Frequent communication, frequent hangouts, frequent check-ins. All right. So following up with all those things. And what does a spiritual leader do? They probably attend church consistently. They read the Bible consistently. They pray consistently, and they serve at church in any capacity. All right. And they openly talk about it. So those are some of the things that those types of people that you desire to be do. So I promise you, when you do those things and you have a clear vision of who you want to be, what they actually do, and do those things, you will have those things that you want in time. All right. It might not happen immediately. All right. But I guarantee you do those things and commit to them, you will improve in those areas and be headed in the direction of being those people and having those things. So figure out your action plan and take action. In conclusion, who do you want to be? Figure that out. What do those people do? Figure that out and do those things, and you will have whatever it is that you want. So that's the show, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the show, please leave us a review, give us a rating. That would really help us out. I welcome you to visit our private Facebook group called The Productive Agent. You could also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. All the links will be in the show notes. So share the show with a friend, and I hope you have a great day. Now let's get out there and go produce.